Hello and welcome to an experiment video. So today we're talking about which is better, BBC iPlayer or All 4 Channel 4, the Channel 4 streaming app. You're probably wondering yourself, Tom, why is the quality so bad and why is the audio so good? Well, the audio is the same mic I normally use, but the visual is we're using my first ever, one of my first ever cameras. I can't necessarily say first ever camera ever because I'm not 100% sure on that fact, but this is an incredible thing. I didn't know it worked, and I don't know what it looks like or whether I'm not in the shop properly. I don't know. So, today we're going to talk about, it's like the dynamic between the two. One's better for something and one's better for the other. So let's talk about our first category, the UI. So which one's better to operate? The answer is already going to the BBC iPlayer for that one. Due to the fact that the operating system, the way to operate BBC iPlayer is a lot smoother across all devices. So mobile, iPad, TV, streaming TV, so like Apple TV, 70, Sky Q, because one's got a better remote than the other. And I overall think that the way of filming, the way of pressing play and using it is a lot more smoother. The fast forwarding and rewinding a lot easier on the BBC iPlayer. So at the moment, BBC iPlayer has got 1 point. Now we're on to round 2. So obviously this video might be shorter due to the fact that we already know who's going to win, but we just want to, this is the content that's on it. Now, what I mean by that is it's more of an archival bit, because obviously we know that the BBC iPlayer has a lot more better drama and better comedy, like sitcoms and whatnot now, because Channel 4 doesn't make as many sitcoms as the BBC do. But we're on about archive content-wise, right? So, BBC 4 is now our archive channel, and they're showing some archive stuff, and every Tuesday now they're adding, like, The High Life, Going Straight, Ideal, all these well-known sitcoms, and they're adding, like, Hamish Macbeth, Life of Mars, Ashes to Ashes, New Tricks, no, just not old enough to be classed in the archive. Early episodes of Shetland, The Project, Keeping Up Appearances, Yes Minister, Alabama Talking Heads, and I could go on forever, and I probably would. And we're getting all these rich archive programs and archives on the iPlayer all the time. So you can, if you want to watch an episode of Hamish Macbeth, you can do. And a lot of these things are getting more and more and more, and every day there's more things added. There's new stuff. There's always something for you to watch, whether or not that's in English, in Gaelic, as in Gaelic, sorry, it's Scottish Gaelic, and in Welsh. So we've got a wide range of stuff available on the iPlayer. With Channel 4, All 4 you get Walter Presents, which is Swedish, Norwegian, German, French, and a vast array of languages. So you've got that, which is a lot more broad, but in the BBC iPlayer one, you do have your bridge and your Swedish and you have your international dramas that aren't Scottish or Welsh as well, so you can compare the two on that front. But with Channel 4, All 4 you have shows such as 15 to 1, but the Adam Hills and Sandy Toxic version. You have Skins, Misfits, I'm just naming a few. And then, if you go right back in the archive, you have Chuck Happy TV, you have Ally McBeal, West Wing, You have Hills Blue. Is it Hill Street Blues? That's the one. And you get all these rich, wide variety of shows. So you can search up a program that's 20, 30 years old that aired on Channel 4. It has to be British, really. The American ones are getting the rights back to and they're adding them on solely, but British-wise, like Green Wing and No Defence and Shameless UK, and all these other rich wide of archives, and you can pretty much watch anything that Channel 4 has ever made, and that's what's good about it. So on that front, due to more being available archivally through drama, through comedy, through factual entertainment, so their panel shows are widely available. I would say Channel 4 4OD, Channel 4 All 4 4OD wins this one. So at the halfway point, we've got neck and neck. So you've got two opposing sides, BBC on one, and Channel 4 4OD for All 4 on one. So this is our final deciding live TV. So when you're watching a catch-up service, which isn't really a streaming service, it's a catch-up service, how is the experience of watching live? So, say for instance, you're not near your TV, you can't get to your TV and you want to watch whatever live, and you've got the BBC Iplayer app or the Channel 4 app, which one's easier to navigate and access to watch things live? Or if you miss a programme that was on that day, what's easier to look at? Well, Channel 4, All 4OD, do a system where it's what's on now, what's on next, and you can't really see the TV guide for the day. You can't really go back to what you've missed unless you know the particular programme, and you have to hope it's been added to catch up, right? So that is the downside. But for the BBC iPlayer, you have this system where you can see what's going to be on for the next 7 or 6 days, right? So you can see what's going to be on, and if the program's already available, it'll be in a lighter colour, so you can press it. But if it's not available, it'll be unable to be pressed. So I think the system works in a way that means that you get more out of it. So if I wanted to watch Doctors live at 2 o'clock, I could go into BBC One at 1:57 and press play, and I'll get a better viewing experience than I would do if I wanted to watch Sunday Brunch live on the Channel 4 All 4 4OD app. It's the same on the website, right, on the desktop version, and it's the same, and it's a little bit like, oh, and it's really clunky for Channel 4 All 4 4OD. It's really clunky, and the branding for Channel 4 4OD All 4 is terrible. This entire video, I've been saying Channel 4 All 4 4OD, and when you're on Sunday Brunch, say if you've missed any of it, you can catch up now. You have to say channel4.com, because Channel 4, which is what the app's actually called, is the name of the channel. And if you were on your Sky Q, if you have Sky Q, or any other TV box set option in the UK that I know of that has voice recognition software, you press a button, you speak to it, and it finds the programme and finds the channel, finds the app for you, you have to say Channel 4 app. ITVX is the same, you have to say ITVX, and it's a nightmare, but you have to say Channel 4 app or channel4.com. You have to add something to it, or else they'll send you to the actual Channel 4, which isn't what you want. So on that stand front, on the branding side, which we'll get to later, which will be the bonus round we'll get to. So I think that the winner for this one, due to the way you watch your TV programme generally, is the same as you would watch it live, on the software wise, for the BBC iPlayer. The BBC iPlayer wins that. So at the moment, before we get on to our final bonus round, Tom's bonus round, which is better bonus round. Before we get on to that, the score at the moment is Channel 4 044OD 1 point. The BBC iPlayer 2 points. So before we get on to the branding, let's just talk a little bit about history. The BBC iPlayer had a brief moment for a few years where it was BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3, BBC 4, BBC Alba, BBC S4C, CBBC, and then there was something called the BBC iRadio. Now, it used to be within the BBC iPlayer app, and then the BBC went, no, we want to keep that separate, so then they removed it out of the app and called it the BBC iRadio. And then that system became clunky, old, and not what the BBC wanted to represent their radio stuff with, so they invented BBC Sounds, which is their radio platform to listen to live radio or listen to podcasts, comedies, dramas, documentaries, and all sorts. So the BBC iPlayer has had that history to it, and that's the only bit of history it's had in the creation side. Channel 4, 044D, has obviously had a history of being named several different things and progressively getting worse and weirder. And that's why when you say, do you watch Channel 4 044OD, you say, no, we watch all that programs on Netflix, Amazon Prime, all the other sort of apps and all the other streaming services that have licensed Channel 4's content. So it's one of those things, it's yin and yang situation. So for our final bonus round, we're going to do with the history. Who has had the better branding history? Better branding now, better branding then. Who's got the better brand? Well, the BBC iPlayer has always been called BBC i something. So it might become BBC i at one point, but now it's called BBC iPlayer. Fair enough. Channel 4 has had, I don't know, I think My 4, but I can't remember any of that, but I've got a vague recollection that that's a name somewhere, but 4OD, or as people called it, 4 On Demand, all 4, and channel4.com, or as the app likes to call itself, Channel 4, because it's trying to keep all the channels, so it's not More 4 anymore, it's Channel 4 More, or it's not Film 4 anymore, it's Channel 4 Films. It's not 4/7 anymore, it's Channel 4/7. I can't think of another Channel 4. Please, can we give a round of applause to the BBC for winning? Which is better, Channel 4 app or BBC iPlayer? Well done, well done. So we'll be back to our regular quality next time. I just wanted to try out this camera and see how it would work when I'm using my new equipment versus the old. It's like a gadget show test. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.